Matt,
Ty,
I got a story to tell you.
I'm sure you do. I'm sure you do. I mean, this podcast is, it is you and I, but it's always
Uh-huh.
about you and what you have going on. I mean, there's nothing going on, but thanks for asking. No, nothing going on in my world. Um, I've got I'm having dinner with a golf champion. There's a tennis runner up. I mean, I got a lot of people upstairs that are looking for me, but no, let's hear about you. Oh yeah. And I just buried my mom, but whatever. Let's talk about you and your stories. Cannot wait.
So I assumed we were going to talk about your mom at a special Mother's Day
Oh, okay.
episode
That's
next
fine.
year so you could process
Okay.
this. And I didn't think that you were quite ready to talk about that. But
You are
a
probably
wonderful
right.
woman, a lovely service. I don't know if you're going to edit this out. Your eulogy was great. Your brother's eulogy was great. The priest was great. The whole thing was
It
incredible.
was.
Wonderful woman, one of our best fans.
Biggest.
And
Yep.
you sent that amazing picture of Chubby Matt, me, and Renee that I loved, and I still got it, and we might use that in the future to
Look
promote
forward
an
to it.
episode.
Yep. So that's going on in my world. Ty, what's going on? What's going on with you?
Well, honestly, as you know, my wife was gone for 9 weeks,
Yes, I do.
and my daughter had to move from Texas to Mississippi. And she had to help her move because her husband had to stay in Texas to
Right.
work. And then they had a baby and she helped with the baby. I was unsupervised
Oh,
for
I
nine
know.
weeks. And I think we should give out some awards
I would please.
for helping with Ty. So I know that you think that you're the number one, but honestly, I think Mary Kate gets
Oh
first
yeah,
place.
yeah. She had to live it. She uprooted her life for every weekend to be here. She saw a glimpse of her future. Yeah, and then she had to work with you, 1 day a week. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. She made meals,
Oh
put
yeah.
stuff in the crock pot. It was great.
Yep.
What she was weak at was my curfew. She was horrible at
Yes.
my
Yeah.
curfew because she stayed out too late
Well,
several times.
she's a single mom, and then she had
Yes.
to take you underneath her wing also. So
Of a dog named
of a
Trixie.
dog named
Yes.
Trixie and Ty,
Yeah.
the summer
Yeah.
the summer of you
And
two.
honestly, her sister is literally at home 24/7 raising Mary Kate's nephew while Mary Kate's out living her best life.
I know. What's that about?
Yeah. So then I also think we need a shout out to my physician associate, Amy Faranik, because for most of the week, I'm by myself. I come into work. Every thought in my head has to be spoken. So she just had to sit there and listen to
First
it.
off, no, it doesn't. It does not have to be
Yes.
spoken. I've been trying to teach you that rule for years. Okay. But I do understand that with you, a lot of times it's better out than in. So,
Yes.
yes, shout out to Amy and her skills using AI.
And the AI skills were important. That kept me distracted.
It did. It did.
Yes.
It did.
Yeah.
And then it just kept you giggling and you're like, oh, you're not going to see the next one. So shout out to
And
Amy
if there was
for all those great memes.
If there was anything offensive, then
It was
blame
Amy.
Amy.
Yeah,
those were all her idea.
Yes.
And then third place was you. You were great. You stood up, but there was no GoFundMe for me. There was no what's it called when you do meals?
Meals on wheels. Yeah.
Meals.
Yeah.
There was no meals. Didn't get invited to dinner. You also, because you go to bed at 9:00, you were not there to help with the curfew.
Oh, no. I mean, you are on your own. You're a big boy. You can do the curfew.
Yeah.
I trusted you to make good decisions, and a lot of times you didn't.
No.
But we live and learn, and you're here today.
Yep.
So kudos to you.
So should we jump into my story?
This is a story of man versus nature. What do we got?
So let's just set the stage.
Please.
It was literally the 4th or 5th most humid day of my entire life.
Oh.
And I am going out to play an evening round of golf.
Yep.
And on this night, my wife, who had felt sorry for me because I've been playing golf all summer by myself because none of my friends want to play at 7:30 or 8:00 at night, came and sat with me and we were playing. And the other secret thing about why it's a great time is because then I don't have to play in public because I'm making my comeback.
Yeah.
I am trying to get good enough that I can actually get invited on a golf trip with my friends.
Okay. All right.
Right now, I'm back to my 12-year-old version of my golf game, which was a lot better than my 47-year-old version. So I'm making my comeback for my 25 years off golf.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Love it.
So I am coming into the house. Anne goes in first, okay? And I come in probably a minute later. So the door was open for a minute,
Okay.
okay? Because I'm putting my clubs away. As we're coming home, as every time at that evening when it's getting dark, when the sun's first down, there's a ton of bats
Right.
like swooping around, right? So we go downstairs. I guess we're changing our clothes, and we hear Mary Kate screaming from upstairs. She runs down to our room and says, there is a bat or a bird in the sunroom.
Uh-oh.
Okay. So, first thing, let's talk about some of my phobias.
Okay.
One of my phobias is I am pretty much terrified of any animal that's in my home that's not supposed to be in my home.
That's fair. That's fair. I mean,
And
we're talking about bears, wolves, coyotes, bugs.
let's start with dogs. I'm good with my
Right.
dogs. I'm pretty good with other people's dogs. I'm a little bit freaked out by cats.
Yep.
My oldest son Ryan, who was a former guest, he had snakes and lizards.
Yeah.
They kind of freak me out. So I'm probably okay with fish and dogs.
Okay. All right. Domesticated animals is what you're saying.
And misbehaved humans.
Yes, you
Those
are.
I'm okay with.
Okay. All right.
But any
Thank
other
goodness.
animal in my house, are you okay with like animals in your
No.
house? Like if
No.
you found a snake or a okay.
No, I'm like I mean, it's one of the many things I have in common with Indiana Jones. I hate
Okay.
snakes.
So if I gave you a multiple choice test and you had a choice between a bird, a bat, a squirrel, and a raccoon, how would you rank those as which one you would prefer?
Prefer what, to drive across country with, or
To like what? How would you rank those as least terrified to most terrified?
oh, in terms of terrified, snake one, raccoon. I mean, just because of this them being like attacking, raccoon, then bat, then bird.
Okay, so me, like a young Bruce Wayne, bat is my top most fearful. Okay,
Wait, so he was
now
wait, he was afraid of bats?
yes, that's why he chose the symbol of the bat.
Okay.
Which when we promote this issue, this episode, I will have videos of young Bruce Wayne afraid of bats and then him overcoming his fear of
Okay.
bats.
All right.
Mary Kate was smart enough to close the doors of our sunroom.
Right.
Okay. So it's stuck in there. Now, we've had birds stuck in the house before. Ryan claims we've had bats stuck in the house before, but Ryan was always kind of the nature guy. So since he was like 7 years old, I just always sent him into the room or sent him in
that makes
there
sense.
to get whatever out of there. And if he needed assistance, I sent Roddy in.
Yeah.
One time we came home from church and Ryan was like, I need somebody else to help me get this bird out of the house. And I sent in like literally a 4-year-old Roddy to help him. So I didn't have to do it.
That's fair. That's fair.
So I go up there. There's no Ryan. Ryan's an hour and a half away. Roddy's somewhere like down the beach or something. There's nobody there but me. Okay. So I have to confront my fear because what I fear more than bats is I fear people knowing that I'm afraid of things.
Okay. All right.
So like when I was growing up, I was not the first one off the high dive or the first one off the rope swing, but I was the second one because I did not want anybody to mock me for being afraid. Even though I was terrified, I did it.
Okay.
Right.
Yep.
So I get up there, I'm looking through the window, and there is the bat flying around. Okay.
Contained in your sunroom.
Contained in our sunroom, and
all the other windows obviously closed. Okay.
It is not a small bat.
Okay.
It's a big bat. Okay. So my first thought was I should go in there and shoo out the bat. Okay.
Of course.
We first got on ChatGPT and said, what do you do? And you're like, you open a window and you try to get it out, right? So
what did you think ChatGPT was going to tell you? That you needed to play Batman The Dark Knight and they will come to watch the TV and then you could put a bag over it and throw it out the window?
Well, this is what I knew at this point from ChatGPT. We did further investigation. So I go in there with a tennis racket in my left hand.
But you're a righty.
And a lacrosse stick in my right hand.
What?
Okay.
I mean, and so this set the stage, right? So you're going in to defend your estate, You're
Yes.
you're the women folk in your life,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
There
Yep.
there
Yep.
are furry animals, furry pets in the house,
Yes. Yes.
and you. I mean, there's a lot on the line there. There's a podcasting sensation
Yeah.
that could have been taken out.
And let's not forget the furry pets because I want to come back to the furry
Okay.
pets. So I'm going in just with the knowledge that I have right now is that I'm thinking like I remember Roddy and Ryan shooing out the
Yep.
birds. Even to the last time Roddy shoot out a bird, he just put his finger up, the bird landed on his finger and he walked the bird outside. So I'm like, I knew the bat wasn't going to do that, but I was like, okay, I was going to channel what I've seen experts do. I've lived with experts. I'm like, I'm going to
7-year-old
channel
Roddy was an
them.
expert. Okay,
Yes.
got it.
And I'm like, I am going in there and I'm going to shoo the bat out.
Okay.
So I get in there and I think we have a video and maybe we should look at part of the video and then I will explain what the heck was going through my mind.
All right. Here we go.
Stop, Tommy. It just
Okay, now you can hit pause.
I don't know if I can, but I'm going to try.
Okay, then we can watch the whole video.
No, okay.
Okay, so at this point, I quickly realized that I was not going to be able to shoo the bat out.
Yes.
Like, that thing is not like a bird.
Right.
It is swooping and swirling. But if you notice, I have a wide stance.
You do,
right?
You do. No, very athletic, very, you had your foundation underneath of you. I'm just kind of going back frame by frame here so we can kind of look cat-like.
I'm ducking and dodging.
You are doing the rope-a-dope. Yep.
I would say I'm the 3Ds, duck, dodge, and deliberate.
Yeah. No. Right now, you're all over it. Yep. I gotcha.
So, but at this point, I realize this technique is not working.
Okay.
It's not going to work. So you were about to see me make a decision that several people who have seen this video thought was odd. I am going to drop the tennis racket and go full lacrosse stick.
Okay.
Let's go to the
videotape. Okay. I'm going to, you know what? I was going to mute the camera person, the very brave Mary Kate House, but I'm going to let that go.
Okay.
Yes, laughing. Tennis racket down. And then you run. Okay.
So now, the reason I went to the lacrosse stick was I knew that the tennis racket thing wasn't going to work.
Right.
And I thought that if I could catch the bat, I would quick stick it out to the left. That's where our screen door is. And I thought I could quick stick it out there. I quickly realized that, and I think we need to get into my athletics also. I am not a good tennis player. Like
Especially
I feel like
left-handed. You're not a good left-handed.
No.
Yeah.
Up until this year, I was a decent lacrosse player. This year, there was a big drop-off in our cornrows lacrosse team. But up until this year, I was pretty good. And so I felt more comfortable with the lacrosse stick. But then once I realized that bat, I couldn't see it very well. It was way too swift. Then a little bit of it was me just faking. I'd already given up. This was just me trying to show Mary Kate and Ann that I was trying.
Yeah.
This was trying to get effort points.
Yeah, and you did. You 100% got. You're in there. You stood. You held the line. You were protecting your family. Which is great. I'm going to have to say that I don't understand the lacrosse stick as well. Thinking about this, the surface area of a tennis racket versus a lacrosse head. I really wish you went tennis racket first. But So all right. So
now I can tell you. And we don't. Did you see how big the bat is? Though?
The bat is
not a baby bat.
No.
Yeah.
No.
So now the story continues. So now we realize we better look into ChatGPT again. So we look at ChatGPT and it says, whatever you do not swat at the bat.
Oh, geez.
Right? So my thing was, we were debating, we're like, can we trust ChatGPT? Is the do not swat at the bat, is that because it's not safe? Like if I hit the bat and I don't kill it, it's going to attack me? Like if you swat at a bee and you make it angry? Or is it an animal cruelty thing? Because I'm like, it's in my house. I'm less worried about animal cruelty than
safety,
I am about But at the same time, if it's telling me for my own safety, don't swat at the bat, because if you don't kill it, it's going to get you. So then I decided we need to call some experts.
All right, but so let's
Okay.
so that makes sense, and you never know with ChatGPT. That could have been like the bat lobbyist who
Yes.
corrupted it and put it, who are pro bat. I don't know.
Yeah.
So who?
Because ChatGPT honestly is propaganda.
Oh yeah,
It's like
it's not
it's
very long.
propaganda.
Yeah,
you know.
it's not here for long. It's a flash in the pan.
So at
So
this
let me ask. So
point,
do you go to your phone? Like, how do you find a bat expert? Uh, in the evening like this.
well, the first thing we did was we called animal control.
Okay.
Okay. Animal control is closed, so we got directly to Anne Arundel County Police.
Okay.
The lady on the other end of the phone was like, "We'll send out a police officer." And we were like, "No, you do not need to do that," because we live in a very small community. If you see sirens coming in, we're like, "No, that would just be embarrassing." So then I went to the next step, and I thought of, who can I call? So there were 3 people on my list to call. Okay. First one was former guest Maya Dancing.
Oh, good call.
Okay. So I was like, he is a guy who can get stuff done.
Yep.
And honestly, I kind of expected the answer to be, I'm coming over with my special bat trap. I'll be there in 15 minutes, or I'm out of town. I'll send the twins over with my special bat trap and they'll take care of it.
Yeah, but probably speed bump will slow those 2 down.
Yeah.
But okay. Yep.
No response. Maya does not respond until the next day and says tennis racket. And that's all. So I'm like, Maya, you were no help at all.
So he's no longer your next time. He's not your number 1.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. So then I thought to myself, who do we know who also gets stuff done? And we have a friend who is a former ATF agent, retired. He can get stuff done. And I was like, you know what? I think I might save that card for something more serious than a bat.
Like a trespasser.
So I'm like, I'm not going to bug him with the bat. I'm going to bug him with more serious stuff.
That's fair.
So then we had a friend last year who he had some bats in his house, and the whole family, because they couldn't tell if somebody got scratched or bitten, the whole family had to get rabies shots. Okay. This is our friends, the McMahons.
Yes.
Okay. Trent and Kathy McMahon and their family. So I called Trent, and Trent was like, whatever you do, don't swat at it, because if it bites you or scratches you, you have to get a rabies shot. Okay. So now I'm already opening up to you about my first phobia, which is animals in my house. My second phobia, and we
know this one.
I think you know it, but most people don't know this. I have a needle phobia. I'm afraid of shots. Now
it kept you off heroin. That was a benefit of that one.
Yeah. I probably give 15 shots a day in joints and in the office. I have no problem giving other people shots. Now, the one thing I will tell you is when I get shots, I don't let anybody know I'm afraid of shots. I go deep breathing. I'll let you know. I'll let other people know, but I focus. I don't let anybody know. And this is a total sidebar. I am shocked at the number of guys who will cry in front of female nurses who are starting IVs or shots, and they don't keep it in. Like, they will cry in front of somebody. And I'm like, it shocks me that they won't keep it in. I'm not saying you cried when you got your IV, but I'm saying there are people who do it.
Well, you're dead inside, obviously. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So we brought that phobia in. The second Trent thing says is that it cost $5,000 per shot. So I'm also afraid of wasting money on dumb stuff. Right?
Yes.
So now I have a bat, the fear of a shot, the fear of spending money on the shot. Okay.
Right.
So I try to convince Trent, because the shot lasts for 8 years. So Trent is immunized. I'm not immunized. I try to convince Trent to come over to my house and take care of my bats, because if he gets bitten, he's fine.
Right. Did you at least say, hey, I'll split your rabies shot with you. I'll give you 25 punch. Come on over.
So he laughed at me. He later explained that he was on his way back from the beach and he actually wasn't in our community.
Okay.
So now I am like, okay, I decided I have to get this bat out. So ChatGPT said, turn all the lights out and it'll go outside. This is where I lost my cool a little bit because it was taking a while to get the lights off.
How did you turn the lights off? Did you have to go back into the room?
And ran down to the power box.
Okay.
And now it's getting dark, super dark quick. And my worry was this room is all windows.
Yeah.
So I'm like, if it's completely dark, the bat's not going to know the difference between the open window and the closed window. So there's a little bit of an urgency. Our power box is messed up because that part of the room is a new addition. So it's behind a fridge that would have to be moved. And was trying to turn that off when really the only way to get to it was turn all the power in the house off, blah, 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 blah. Nothing's working. So ultimately, we turn all the power off. That doesn't work. And another bat flies in.
Stop.
So now we have 2 bats. Okay. Back to Trent. I'm like, what do I do? Do I just keep it closed? Animal control comes the next day. Are we going to have 100 bats? Like a bat infestation, right?
Yeah.
And now I know about rabies. So my one thought was Jesse James, who is my dog, and Daisy Duke. Daisy Duke's a pretty dog. She's not going to get up for that. But Jesse James is a pretty tough girl.
Yeah.
She has tackled a deer in her life.
Right.
I think I told that story before. I'm like, maybe Jesse James and I could go in there and they'd be so afraid of Jesse James, they'd go out. Because I'm worried about a bat infestation.
Sure.
Trent tells me that bats travel in pairs. So I'm probably safe. That it probably won't be more than 2 bats.
Okay.
So that gives me some confidence, right? So I figure the bat needs to know what is outside. So I decide that I'm going to turn the lights off in the room, but I got to get a light onto the deck.
Yeah.
Okay. So get the lights off in the room. First try was just turn my strobe light on my phone.
Yeah.
Throw my phone on the deck. I missed the throw. It hits the wall. Turns face down. There's no light.
And so everyone knows that deck only goes along the sunroom.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So you're leaning out a window. I'm trying to help you out here a little bit, but yes.
Yeah. So then I decide there's nobody else to call. It's just me. If I get bitten, it's a rabies shot. It stinks. It's $5,000, but it has to be done. So I go back in this time, wide base, low stance, with the lacrosse stick, more for protection if the bat attacks. And I put the bat, I turn the light off. I put the strobe light, my running strobe light, like, you know, those things that you wear when you run at night. I put that on flashlight on the deck, sitting there. So it's a runway.
Yeah.
And I shoo one of the bats off of where it was sitting above our curtain, right? And then when my back was turned, the other bat must have flown out.
Oh, my God.
Because we don't see bats flying around anymore. Okay. So we shut the door, and then I have to go into every nook and cranny to make sure there's not a bat hiding out.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And so that means each corner has a curtain, a decorative curtain that I have to like shoo them out. So every time you're like,
yeah, that's good. Yeah.
I have to go behind the bookshelves. I got to go under the lamps, everything. And we were safe and the bats were gone.
Wow.
So I had to confront 3 huge phobias. And, what was I going to say about that? It was quite a tale. I forgot what I was going to say about the 3 phobias.
That is.
So the bats were. Oh, public service announcement is that if your kids ever see like a dead bat or whatever, if the bat is not recovered and a kid picks up a bat or plays with the bat, they have to get rabies shots.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, dead birds, you just stay away from this because of that. So, all right. So you face your phobia of bats.
Yes.
We've talked about you. And I was thinking all this is really to, once again, compare yourself to Bruce Wayne, right? Because you guys both face your fears. And now there's something weird about you not liking shots, but you still delivering 15 shots a day. You know, that's a little Bruce Wayne-ish. And you had to protect your manor as well. And the biggest one, though, is we learned about you are a tightwad and you're not willing to spend money to protect your family if you had to go in there and wrestle the bat. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, all right, we got them all.
And one of my greatest lessons of life is always be yourself.
Yep.
Unless you can be Batman, then always be Batman.
But what's your one about the confidence?
So here is my
You have
moral
one.
of the story.
Don't you have one about confidence and the 3-year-old wearing the confidence of a Batman?
Oh, have the confidence of a 3-year-old in a Batman costume.
Yes, yeah.
Yes,
That's
I
always
love that
video.
one.
That's always video.
Yes, yes,
But
yep.
that I'd like to go back to the video real quick. And when you went into
Okay,
the final one, how
okay,
is it you didn't like? It was like Dumb and Dumber. Like, how is it you didn't have something on your face, like on your neck? Like,
okay.
why didn't you have like a helmet?
So Anne or Mary Kate, I'm not sure which one,
Oh,
told
it's
me to go
definitely
get my
Anne. Anne's like, you're fine. Go in there.
she told me to go get my lacrosse
Yeah.
helmet, and I had a fear, which is ridiculous. You saw how big the bat was.
Yeah.
I had a fear that somehow the bat was going to get in under my face mask and be in there, and obviously the size was too big. There's no way. But so what I did was I pulled my hoodie up. So I wish we don't have another video of me going in there a little bit calmer, wide base still, lacrosse stick still, but hoodie up.
But
I
first one
looked scary.
But the first one, you're hood down. You're hoodless.
Yes,
the dome is exposed. I mean,
I think you need to. Don't you realize what I'm trying to say is that video is when I was an amateur, and within about 15 minutes, I became a professional. I went from being a boy to a man within 15 minutes.
Oh, because Trent McMahon made you a man?
Yes. And I have to say, I went from brawn, speed, agility, and quickness, and wide base to brain.
Yeah.
Where I'm like, oh, make a strobe light, make a runway for those bats.
All right. I've got nothing but respect for you. I appreciate the camera work of Mary Kate, and I would have paid so much more money to see the bat get in your lacrosse helmet and her laughing as she was videoing you.
So the personal growth and how our family came together during this experience was amazing. I really think that other families would not have held up.
What? The Houses are known for bringing it at weddings.
Yeah.
They would come together at weddings and bats and, crisis.
What percentage of men do you think would have said, okay, police officer, come and get the bat out? That would be hard to watch.
I mean, it's almost like having somebody like buying store-bought firewood.
Yes. So the moral of the story is, once again, I have been very vulnerable and I've opened up.
You have.
And once again, you've just mocked me. You never like, hey, Ty, I get it. I'm afraid of this, or I'm afraid of that. Hey, let me open up,
No. I'm afraid. I told you right away, snakes, bird, I mean, all that stuff. I was proud of you.
Okay.
And I purposely haven't asked you about this because this is the first time we've talked about it. Because there's a lot of buzz around town about the Ty versus the bat. And I think you came out a better person for it. The podcast is better. Once again, you're helping the community.
And once again, now is when I'm going to make it controversial. I'm going to tie this to current events.
Oh, boy.
I'm going to tie this to current events.
We almost made it.
We interrupt this regularly scheduled rant for a message from your co-host. Hey everyone, Matthew Waldron here, your trusted air traffic controller for Dr. House's meandering sermons. At this point in the episode, Ty attempted to make a thoughtful point about America's political divide. His premise was solid. We all fear different things, and recognizing that could make us a little more empathetic toward each other. Unfortunately, Ty used roughly 500 words when about 5 would have done the job. The main objective was to highlight his bravery, but instead we got a scenic tour through COVID, AI, climate change, communism, home prices, crime, and whatever else flashed across his brain. Our editing team did the right thing and left that entire tangent on the cutting room floor, sparing you 3 minutes and 24 seconds of his ramblings. I'm fairly certain he doesn't listen back to these episodes, so please don't tell him I said any of this. Now, back to the show.
But just don't let any of our listeners ruin their life because of fear. That's my sermon. Yes. Did I explain that well enough?
You over-explained it as always.
I'm trying to say that I was afraid of. I'm not trying to say I'm some stud because I wasn't afraid, because I'm clearly afraid of things. I wasn't afraid of that. So that means that I'm going to have certain biases because I wasn't afraid. But maybe I can also look at it more rational because I wasn't afraid.
No, I think that makes complete sense. And I think that that's in just about every aspect of life, right? People don't change their minds, and history repeats itself. So we know that, and just be cognizant of that, but don't be afraid of your fears and face them when you can.
Okay.
That's right. And so, Ty, thank you for facing your fears. Thank you for sharing it with us. And thank you for making it back alive to teach. That's what you did. Once again, you taught.
Now, can we also probably say that, let's say some of our listeners get a bat caught in their house?
Yeah.
You don't need to call me.
Okay. You know what? 1-800-GET-TRENT.
Yes.
Thank you, Ty. Thank you for sharing that. And I think the best lesson is keep your doors closed.
Yes. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Especially at dusk.
All right.
Okay.